Okay guys, I want to make a video about standardizing your firearms. Now there's a lot of advantages to this, and if you can't do it, familiarize. But let's talk about standardizing. Basically, several of the same firearms. That way, you and members of your family, or your family and your neighbors, depending if you got like-minded neighbors or not. So, obviously, everybody would be familiar with a firearm, right? That's the obvious. Assuming you practice, everybody would be good with it. Say, there's people going around looting, raping and shooting people, and one of the, you guys decide to stand up. One guy gets shot, he's down for the count. He's putting pressure on a wound. You can pick up that firearm and just be as good with it as he was. Why? Because you have one just like it. You're good with the damn thing. Let's say you guys get together, run out there, but you can't find your loadout vest. With all the panic going on, you just simply forgot where you put it. It's right in front of you. Sometimes you miss stuff that's right in front of you. Well, let's say that happens. You run out there, and you just got one gun, and the round's in it. No extra mags. Well, in that case, if you guys are standardized, well, your neighbors or whoever just toss you a couple magazines, you're in the fight. Let's say another thing. Let's say you've got 10 different types of firearms. And just make it a point here, but 10 different firearms, every single one of them breaks, you're SOL. If you have a couple of the same type of firearm, and let's say all three of them break, you can take gun A, B, and C. They're all busted. Take parts out of gun A, and more than likely, you could make gun B and C functioning firearms. You couldn't do that if you had a Beretta and a 1911, and a Glock and a Ruger or something. I mean, just, you get the idea. Parts would not be interchangeable. Magazines would not be interchangeable. Ammo would, but that'd be about it. This way, everything is. You can just simply toss magazines back and forth, swap them out if need be. Let's say that you have to get going. You and your group, you decide, hey, look, we got attacked. We'll regroup in this other location. And somebody's able to grab an ammo can. You guys show up, and a guy's like, well, I was just able to get this. You got 500 rounds of 9mm in an ammo can. Well, you got 500 rounds, you got 5 9mm. You're not in that bad of a position. Of course, you can put 40, 45, and 9mm in the same ammo can, but let's say you don't bring the magazines for one of those guns. Let's say you forget the gun. Well, it's not going to do much good, then it's wasted space. And another thing, let's say, yeah, you get out there, you can only get 9mm. One guy gets a 9, one has a 40, one has a 45. And what are you going to do then? It's going to be like on Enemies at the Gate. The guy with a 9mm shoots. The guys without follow him. When the guy with the 9mm gets killed, one of the guys who is following picks up the 9 and shoots. That's a horrible plan. Be nice if everybody could just take ammo out of that can and go to town. Now, if you can't standardize, familiarize, get to know each other's firearms. Let's say you've got 4 neighbors. One guy has an AR, one guy has an AK, one has a Mini 14, and the other guy has an SKS. Well, when you go shooting, practice on each other's firearms, man. Reloading drills, malfunction drills, get to know it. Let's say that same neighborhood gets attacked or whatever, and you run out of ammunition. You've got an AR, and the guy next to you, he gets shot. He's, holding his leg and putting pressure on a wound or something. You need to be able to know how to use his weapon. Right? Better train on that damn thing. It'd come in handy. So, it'd be better if you had the same. You could just take his mags or whatever and carry on while somebody got him out of there. But if not, hell, at least you know how to use his firearm. And you want to teach everybody. Not, well, my girlfriend can't handle a shotgun. My wife can't take the Magnum. If you're the big tough guy and something happens to you, then you're leaving them defenseless. If you see the mama bear, she'll take out a male bigger than she is to take care of her cubs. Mama bear can do it. Don't underestimate her. Especially when she's taking care of her kids. That Magnum, that shotgun, it doesn't matter. She's going to get the job done. Especially if she's protecting those kids. But you need to know how to. She's got to know how to use it. You've got to train her. Maybe she ain't got to blast the damn thing all the time, but at least get her used to the extra recoil. Let's say you want to standardize and you're on a tight budget. Watch my tactical setup on a tight budget video. I've got a bunch of 9mm here for a reason. If you want to get a little bit more into detail, basically it's because it's such a popular caliber and everybody's buying it right now. That means, let's say shit was to happen, well, you'd have the most chance of finding 9mm out there because that's what people are buying up and hoarding. You should watch my should you buy a 9mm during a shortage video if you want a little bit more insight on that. Nobody talks about that point, so I thought I'd make that video myself. And last, if you want to see why I got the Glock 17, watch the Ultimate WROL handgun video. Yes, reliability is a factor, but there's several other reasons to that. I mean, one I didn't mention in the other video was the Gen 4 can be switched from it's ambidextrous, so right, left-hand shooters. One of them is configured for left-hand. Left-handed shooter in my group. But with pliers, I can switch it right back, so it's not that big of a deal. Real simple to work on. Few parts. Anyway, what else can we say here? Basically, like I said again, if you all have the same gun, same caliber, just stock up on one caliber, one popular caliber. And there you go. There's a lot of benefits to this. A lot of benefits. And it's really not, I mean, everybody's going to be super familiar with it. It's one thing to get familiar with someone's gun. It's another thing to have one just like it. You know, if I go to my buddy's house, he has a universal remote. I've got a universal remote. It's the same damn one. I can use that thing, no problem. Same idea. Anyway, leave your messages, leave some comments down there. Let me know what you think. I learned a lot of stuff off of you guys, stuff I don't even think about. So please share your thoughts. Y'all have a good one.